Hello everyone, welcome to our topic Vedanta Resources VRL to delist Indian Unit Vedanta Limited VEDL, what it means for you. Today we will discuss complete story of Vedant's proposed delisting from Indian share market. Points of discussion for today: shareholding patterns of Vedanta Limited, what is the process of voluntary delisting, how is price determined, what is reverse book building, why do Anil Agarwal delisting Vedanta Limited from stock exchange or buying back public shareholdings? What are the major reasons behind delisting? How does public shareholders who hold 49.46% stake in Vedanta Limited can protect the interest of all minority stakeholders? What is minority shareholders' expectation? And last one is what next? Parent firm Vedanta Resources announced plans to delist the metals and mining stock from Indian Stock Exchange, BSE and NSE. The company fixed the indicative price at rupees 87.50 rupees. Agarwal controlled Vedanta Resources is the parent firm of Mumbai listed Vedanta, which houses mining and oil and gas operations of the group. Vedanta Resources VRL has proposed to buy out public shareholders in Vedanta Limited. The proposed privatization is subject to several approvals, including by the Vedanta Limited Board of Directors, which is scheduled to meet on May 18th. We expect a share buyback offer only around June or July this year. Vedanta will offer rupees 87.5 per share to nearly 49% public shareholders. The offer price was fixed at a 9.9% premium on 11th May closing price of rupees 79. The proposed delisting of mining baron Anil Agarwal's flagship Indian unit Vedanta Limited will improve the group's corporate structure and credit profile as per S&P Global ratings. The company has said the delisting of Vedanta from BSE and NSE will simplify its corporate structure and give it more financial and operational flexibility. And after delisting, you cannot trade or do buy or sell Vedanta stocks in stock market. Let's see shareholding pattern of Vedanta Limited. Promoters are holding 50.14%, institutions are holding 33.96% in Vedanta Limited, 31 mutual funds are invested in Vedanta Limited. Top mutual funds are ICICI, SDFC and SBI Arbitrage. In foreign portfolio segment, 15.18% hold by FII and they are 506 investors or holders. And financial institutions like Life Insurance Corporation of India hold 6.37% and other investors are hold 0.34%. And next one is public or non-institutional holders like individuals. They are hold 15.51%. जो 2 लाख से ज्यादा जो इन्वेस्टमेंट किए हैं वेदांत में उन लोग है 14 नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स एंड जो 2 लाख से नीचे इन्वेस्ट किए हैं जो कि आप में और शेयर छोटे छोटे शेयर होल्डर्स है 7,02,898 होल्डर्स एंड ADR means American Depository Receipts. Citibank has hold 4.37% of Vedanta Limited through ADR, American Depository Receipts. So in this way, 100% of Vedanta Limited has distributed between promoters, public shareholders and institutional and foreign shareholders. What is the valuation of Vedanta Limited? If you see, the book value is 209.51 rupees, dividend yield is 20.29. So here price to book value is 0.44%. Here the market price is now around 90 rupees. And book value is 209.51. That is the reason price to book value is 4.4%. It is a good ratio. I have explained what is the price to book value formula and dividend yield for your consideration. Let's see the fundamentals of Vedanta. How Vedanta Limited stands with the competitors. और ये दूसरे जो कंपटीटर्स है उनके कंपैरिजन में कैसा परफॉर्मेंस दे रहा है. वेदांत लिमिटेड अगर आप देखेंगे 6.7 उसका रेटिंग है जो कि नेशनल एल्यूमिनियम कंपनी हिंडाल्को और आर्फिन और अल्कोन से अच्छा है. सो इट इज अ गुड कंपनी as compared to other competitors. If you see the dividend yield also, Vedanta Limited is giving 20.94% as compared to NLC India 10.86 and Mishra Dhatu Nigam 1.09. So you can see this is a very good company which is providing dividend yield is more than double or the competitor of Vedanta. What is the process of voluntary delisting? To delist, Vedanta would need the board's approval. The meeting is scheduled for May 18th. The company will then require approvals of minority shareholders by way of a special resolution adopted through postal ballot. The delisting resolution is a special resolution. The votes cast by the public shareholders in favor of the resolution must be at least 2 times the number of votes cast against it. The SEBI Regulation 2009 provides sufficient protection to minority shareholders. The delisting will be determined by a reverse book building process. The price at which Vedanta Resources VRL can acquire public shareholding that takes VRL's shareholding to at least 90% of the paid up capital will be the discovered price, at which point VRL can decide if wish to proceed with the delisting. रिवर्स बुक बिल्डिंग प्रोसेस में जो कटअप प्राइस आएगा और जो डिस्कवरी प्राइस आएगा उसी प्राइस में वेदांत रिसोर्स को 90% शेयर होल्डिंग एक्वायर करना है. उसके पास ऑलरेडी 50% है और जो बाकी शेयर होल्डिंग है उसको एक्वायर करना है और टोटल शेयर होल्डिंग 90% अगर होती है और 90% के ऊपर जाता है तो ये डीलिस्टिंग प्रोसीजर सक्सेसफुल होगा, नहीं तो नहीं होगा. और यहाँ पे और एक कैच पॉइंट भी है, VRL कैन डिसाइड इफ विशेस टू प्रोसीड विद द डीलिस्टिंग. अगर जो डिस्कवरी प्राइस आएगा, समझिए डिस्कवरी प्राइस 170 आता है और 170 में प्रोमोटर्स बोलते हैं और वेदांत का जो प्रोमोटर्स है उन लोग बोलते हैं कि हम 170 देने के लिए रेडी नहीं है, तो ये डीलिस्टिंग फेलियर हो जाएगा. सिंपली पुट, इट इज पब्लिक शेयर होल्डर्स हु ओन 49.5% ऑफ द कंपनी दैट विल डिसाइड इफ द डीलिस्टिंग गोज थ्रू और नॉट. In addition, Vedanta would need to obtain regulatory approvals in India and the US given its ADRs. Here, ADR held by Citibank, New York, and that percentage is 4.37%. It will then set a final floor price and initiate a reverse book building process. The final exit price will be determined in reverse book building offer, which is depend on shareholders, sellers bidding, while they will return back shares to Vedanta. What is ADR? I have given a pictorial view. Let's say one US investor want to buy Vedanta stocks, but he cannot directly come to BSE or NSE to buy the stocks. So he only approached to Citibank New York, which is a custodian bank of Vedanta Limited shares. So he will be approached to buy Citibank and purchase the Vedanta Limited shares. So in this way, Citibank hold 4.37%, which also need to be delisted from the market before going full privatization of Vedanta Limited. How is price determined? Process of reverse book building is a process for efficient price discovery of shares depending upon demand and supply. The reverse book building is a mechanism provided for capturing the sell orders on online basis from the shareholders through respective book running lead managers, which can be used by companies intending to delist its shares through buyback process. In the reverse book building scenario, the acquirer or company offers to buy back shares from the shareholders. The reverse book building is basically a process used for efficient price discovery. Now let's discuss why do Anil Agarwal delisting Vedanta Limited from stock exchange or buying back public shareholdings. COVID-19 has had a serious impact on the metal industry, and Anil Agarwal is taking this opportunity to take the company private. That will provide his company more operational and financial flexibility in a capital-intensive business. In the last year and a half, Vedanta has been an underperformer, even though it has a good metal play with both ferrous and non-ferrous metals in its portfolio. Valuations are very cheap now, and that is what is driving the promoter to use this opportunity to delist in a very low price by VRL. Prices of most industrial metals have been hammered with the large declines seen in the copper and zinc, key metals for Vedanta in India. Vedanta stock has taken a beating, much like other commodity players during the COVID-19 pandemic, which saw lockdowns across countries leading to a slowdown in economic activity and thus demand for commodities. Given the above, the stock has been trading at a discount to intrinsic value of its resource and assets. Intrinsic value of Vedanta has, as per various research house, comes between rupees 130 to 162, and book value is rupees 209.51. Given that the intrinsic value of the stock is higher and Investors are offered very low price which is not justified because here company has only fixed a indicative price at 87.50 which is very lower as compared to its intrinsic value. So let's discuss what are the major reasons behind delisting. First is to manage Vedanta Resources financial flexibility in case of debt repayment. Second one is to improve liquidity position. Third one is downgrade pressure from rating agencies. Fourth one is to stop huge dividend outflow to minority shareholders, those hold 49.46% stake in Vedanta Ltd. Let's discuss first one. Vedanta has nearly 7 billion USD in debt, out of which nearly 1.9 billion USD is maturing in next 12 to 15 months. Vedanta Ltd is only operating entity for the company which is depend on the subsidiaries dividends to fund interest obligations. A successful privatization of Vedanta Ltd should increase the parent's refinancing options. So here S&P Global Rating said a successful privatization of Vedanta Ltd should increase the parent's refinancing options. This may upgrade rating of Vedanta Resources if its liquidity position improves as a result. However, a lack of progress on the refinancing over the next couple of quarters could lead us to lower the ratings. And rating matters. Remember, rating matters when the company going to market for debt or loan for its operation. You can see what is the subsidiaries. So by doing the privatization, all these subsidiaries can come back to the promoter's basket as a private company. And at here the most valuable companies in Vedanta Ltd is Hindustan Zinc Limited. And after privatization, the 64.92% is come back to promoters basket. Second point is to improve liquidity position. A successful privatization of Vedanta would improve Vedanta Resources access to the subsidiaries cash flow. This will be due to more efficient dividend upstreaming compared to about 50% that is currently paid to minority stakeholders. Vedanta Resource is depend on dividends from Vedanta Ltd to fund its interest obligations, but principal repayment has been their key concern. Upstreaming funds through dividends have multiple leakage from promoters' perspective, given 50% minority in Vedanta Ltd and 35% minority in Hindustan Zinc Limited. तो यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं 50% शेयर होल्डिंग है वेदांत लिमिटेड में पब्लिक शेयर होल्डर का. तो उस केस में 50% जो भी नेट प्रॉफिट होता है और डिविडेंड दिया जाता है वो आउटफ्लो हो जाता है पब्लिक शेयर होल्डर को. एंड इन द सेम वे 35% हिंदुस्तान जिंक का जो प्रॉफिट है वो आउटफ्लो हो जाता है पब्लिक शेयर होल्डर को. वो कैसे? यहाँ पे देखिए वेदांत लिमिटेड होल्ड्स 64.92% ऑफ ओनरशिप इन हिंदुस्तान जिंक लिमिटेड. आज 49.46% held by public shareholders in Vedanta Limited. Ultimately, these 49.46% shareholders also holds 35% in Hindustan Zinc Limited. वेदांत का शेयर होल्डिंग्स 64.92% है हिंदुस्तान जिंक में एंड वेदांत लिमिटेड में 49.46% होल्डिंग है पब्लिक शेयर होल्डर का. सो इन दिस वे those are shareholders of Vedanta Limited, also shareholders of Hindustan Zinc Limited. So 35% of net profit and dividend now goes out to these public shareholders. So company or promoters now want to stop this dividend outflow to public shareholding to restructure their financial position. You can see the dividend history of Vedanta Limited and Hindustan Zinc Limited. If you see the dividend per share in fiscal year 17, 18, 19, every year they have provided very good dividend in the market. Other metal companies or other companies, you find the dividend distribution ratio and dividend per share of Vedanta Limited is very good. And if you see the balance sheet of the Hindustan Zinc, they are holding 30,760 crore reserve and surplus. It means they have cash or cash equivalents in their reserve and surplus. So after privatization, all these reserve and surplus amount, which are all these cash and cash equivalents, are come to basket of the promoter, and they can utilize these monies to repayment of the debt and interest obligations. So this is the main motive behind privatization of promoters of Vedanta Limited. Third point is downgrade pressure from credit rating agencies. Vedanta Resources meanwhile has a large refinancing of 1.9 billion USD of debt securities on the cards, even as international credit rating agency Moody's placed the company's debt under review for downgrade. In March, VRL's corporate family rating was downgraded by S&P and then put on review for a further downgrade. पहले वो डाउनग्रेड कर दिया, उसके बाद रिव्यू में भी डाल दिया. अगर ये प्राइवेटाइजेशन सक्सेसफुल नहीं होता है और उसका फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रक्चर वेदांत का अभी इंप्रूवाइज नहीं होता है, तो अगेन भी डाउनग्रेड होने का चांस है. द होल्डिंग कंपनी हैज 3 billion USD in debt and other payments coming up by September 2021. So this is the biggest problem which is now in the promoters basket. So to counter this problem, Vedant's promoter want to restructure the company's financial health. Moody's downgrade Vedanta Resources corporate family rating CFR. What it means? In terms of environmental, social and governance ESG factors, the CFR reflects high environmental risk and moderate social risk associated with the company's mining, oil and gas production activities that require government approval and license, and historical instances of discontinued operations following non-compliance with environmental regulation allegations. Moody's Investor Service said it has downgraded Vedanta Resources Limited corporate family rating CFR. The rating was downgraded to B1 from Ba3. The last one is to stop huge dividend outflow to minority shareholders. Those holds 49.46% stake in Vedanta Limited. If you see the dividend history of Vedanta Limited and Hindustan Zinc Limited, you can identify companies providing good return or dividend on the investment. So this is the dividend payout of Vedanta Limited. If you see 2018 and 19 financial year, Vedanta provided 18.85 rupees. And the 85 rupees as a dividend. In 2018 also they have provided 21.20, and in 17 and in financial year 17 they have provided 17.70%. In 2020 February they have already declared an interim dividend of 3.9 rupees, and this is the dividend of Hindustan Zinc Limited. Hindustan Zinc announced 16.50 rupees as a dividend in 2020, and the dividend percentage is 825%, and the amount is 16.50 because the face value is 2 rupees. And always remember, the dividend is declared on the face value, not in the market value or book value. So here 825% means 2 rupees is equivalent to 16.50 rupees. So you can see the dividend history of Hindustan Zinc Limited, how they have provided the dividend which is very good in the market. Promoters want to capture all these dividends on their own basket to strengthen the company's financial structure. Here also you can see the financial performance. Net profit of 2019 is 7,956, 18 was 9,276 crore. So all these things are now after privatization goes to promoters instead of shareholders, because now Hindustan Zinc's shareholders are taking 35% of this net profit. So after privatization, promoters only get all this dividend and they can utilize for the company's better financial strength. How does public shareholders who hold 49.46% stake in Vedanta Limited can protect the interest of all minority stakeholders? Institutional investors have a role to play in protecting the interest of all minority stakeholders. Mutual fund together owned 10.9% of voting rights on 31st March, and Life Insurance Corporation of India hold 6.37%. There are several large shareholders too, like you, me and other individual shareholders. तो छोटे छोटे जो shareholders है उनका number से 7,02,912 person. These can together ensure that their delisting bids reflect the intrinsic value of the business. तो ये सब मिलके intrinsic value जैसे उनको मिले, जब डिलिस्टिंग होगा इन लोग अपना पोजीशन रख सकते हैं कंपनी के सामने। इंट्रेंसिक वैल्यू एज पर वेरियस रिसर्च हाउस कम्स बिटवीन ₹132-162 and it is the estimated price and book value is ₹209.51 as per the annual report of the Vedanta Ltd. Remember, intrinsic value is different from book value. We believe the stock has been trading at a discount to the intrinsic value of the company's resource and asset. In delisting, minority shareholders expect the offer price to be closer to the intrinsic value, that is ₹132-162. तो यहाँ पे नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है, बायबैक और डीलिस्टिंग प्रोसेस फेलियर भी हो सकता है क्या? यस, हो सकता है। कैसे हो सकता है? फर्स्ट कंडीशन इज VRL must have to acquire public shareholdings that takes VRL shareholding to at least 90% of the paid up capital will be the discovered price in reverse book building procedure. रिवर्स बुक बिल्डिंग प्रोसीजर में जो प्राइस डिस्कवरी होगा, एग्जांपल लेते हैं, अगर प्राइस डिस्कवरी होता है रिवर्स बुक बिल्डिंग प्रोसीजर में ₹170 में जो प्रोमोटर है वो लोग मना कर देते हैं कि ₹170 उन लोग देंगे नहीं, शेयर्स खरीद नहीं पाते हैं डिस्कवरी प्राइस में, तो ये फेल हो जाएगा। सेकंड कंडीशन क्या है? प्रोमोटर्स को अगर लगेगा कि जो डिस्कवरी प्राइस है वो हायर है, जैसे कि मैं आपको एग्जांपल दिया ₹170, अगर उनको लगता है कि ये हायर है और उन लोग इतने अमाउंट दे नहीं सकते हैं तो उन लोग विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, वो अपने हिसाब से विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। तो अगर ये दोनों केस फुलफिल नहीं होता है तो बायबैक और डिलिस्टिंग फेलियर हो सकता है, और ये डिपेंड करता है किसके ऊपर? जो पब्लिक शेयर होल्डर्स है जिनके पास 49% शेयर होल्डिंग है। देन व्हाट नेक्स्ट? फर्स्ट इज बोर्ड मीटिंग। 5 independent directors, UK Sinha, former chairman of SEBI, veteran bankers Lalit Gupta and Aman Mehta, former HUL vice chairman MK Verma, and former L&T managing director K Venkatraman will take the decision about delist. Second is excess debt burden. Vedanta is working with JP Morgan Chase and Co, which is an investment bank of US, on the plans, and the bank is helping the company raise financing for the deal of delisting. यहाँ पे एक चीज नोटिस कीजिए, वेदांत ऑलरेडी डेब्ट है, उसको डिलिस्ट के लिए और भी पैसा चाहिए क्योंकि उसको शेयर खरीदना है मार्केट से, तो उसको उधारी लाना पड़ेगा दूसरे बैंक से, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक से, ये सब प्रोसीजर कंप्लीट करने के लिए। द एक्सरसाइज इट सेड इज लाइकली टू डेब्ट फंडेड, एंड डेब्ट मतलब उधारी लाना बैंक से और फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन से, एंड कुड ऐड अबाउट $2.3 billion टू वेदांत रिसोर्सेज डेब्ट, assuming the privatization happens at a floor price of ₹87.5 per share. However, debt will be more than $2.3 billion if delist happen, because it is not possible to delist the company in ₹87.5 per share, where book value of company is ₹209.51, and shareholders were purchased the stocks at higher price than 8.50 or current price. जैसे आप इन्वेस्टर हैं और आप जब शेयर खरीदे हैं मार्केट से, आप ₹150 इसके लिए पेमेंट किए हैं, तो आप अभी 87.5 तो आप सेल नहीं करेंगे, तो कंपनी को यहाँ पे 87.50 में कोई बेचने वाला नहीं है, तो इसका यहाँ पे जो डेप्ट कैलकुलेशन हुआ है, एक्स्ट्रा $2.3 बिलियन डेप्ट बर्डन आएगा कंपनी के ऊपर, डेफिनेटली उससे ज्यादा आएगा, तो ये कंसर्न है कंपनी के लिए। If the delisting at the indicative price would cost $2.3 billion, and we believe funding would be possible based on potential additional annual dividend income of $500 million। यहाँ पे कोटक इंस्टीट्यूशनल इक्विटी एस्टिमेट है कि जो अभी डिविडेंड मिलता है आफ्टर प्राइवेटाइजेशन वो सब प्रोमोटर के पास चला आएगा, तो एडिशनल इनकम कंपनी को होगा $500 million। तो अगर उतना $500 million का डिविडेंड एक्स्ट्रा आएगा कंपनी के पास, तो ये जो डेब्ट बर्डन होगा प्राइवेटाइजेशन के लिए 2.3 बिलियन का एक्सेस, उसको 4-5 साल में उसको इजीली रिपेमेंट कर सकता है। सो इट इज नॉट अ बिग मैटर फॉर द कंपनी। एंड नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज, एंड नेक्स्ट कंसर्न इज रिटेल इन्वेस्टर एक्सपेक्टेशन। In delisting, minority shareholders expect the offer price to be closer to the book value or price of 52-week high, that is ₹180, but everything depends upon discovery price in the reverse book building process. But it's for sure delisting not happening in indicative price of ₹87.5, so retail investor no need to panic and sell their holding in current price, which is ₹92.90. So at the end, I would like to conclude with a note that it is a strategic changes to manage better financial health of the company, and cash cow Vedanta Limited of Vedanta Resources is about to return back promoter's basket if everything executed as per planned. If you like my details in the Vedanta Limited delisting process, then please like, share and subscribe my video for further updates. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. Please watch my videos in coming days. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.